a 1/3 mile paved oval, but it's circular in form. And it really allows the truckers an opportunity to keep the RPMs up. A huge crowd on hand last evening.
And the track is very abrasive, and that would come into play later on in the race.
Charlie Baker sat on the pole. Andy Lee was second fastest. Bobby Lyles was third. And as you can see, even though it's only 1/3 mile in length, very conducive racetrack to side-by-side action.
Two definite grooves, and Andy Lee and Charlie Baker made use of both of them, while Luther Burton and E.J. Utley were duking it out. There's Randy Slack.
And Slack and Utley come together momentarily going into number one corner. Both of them almost lose it, but it turns out to be one of those AT&T passes for Randy Slack. You know, when you reach out and touch someone.
And Slack wasn't done there, as he was sprinting along towards the front of the pack.
All right, Randy Slack really had the V6 percolating. Here are Andy Lee's and Charlie Baker. They were side by side all night long. They traded positions at least 4 times.
And here comes Randy Slack up towards the front, going up under the outside groove to get by Andy Lee. This is the pass about the halfway point that puts Slack into the number 2 position.
Slack is now second, Jason Charlie Baker. Notice that Baker's tires simply don't have the stick that the V6 that Randy Slack is riding.
And that's mainly because of the weight difference and the abrasiveness of the racetrack. Everybody was having tire problems, and it came down to this pass in turn number 1. Slack, with the lighter weight and the better tires, was able to hold the inside groove and take the lead.
Charlie gave it his best effort, but it just wasn't enough to hold him back. Here are Lee and Baker. Yep, they're still at it. Now they've both been passed by Randy Slack, of course.
And here's Luther Burton and E.J. Utley moving up. All 4 trucks battling for position late in the race.
Almost like a trophy dash, and less than 15 laps to go. Charlie Baker now puts a pass once again on Andy Lee.
Slack comes off the final corner to take the victory. Baker was second, and explained the difference between first and second for him.
The V6 is faster through the turns. I mean, the 8s have more horsepower down the straightaway, but you know, when you take the 8 and go into the turn with the extra weight, you tend to get the pushing, and that little 6 just turns left and keeps on getting it, and that's where he eats you up through the turns.
Winner Randy Slack receives congratulations from Joe Dalton of the Chevron Dello Corporation. He's now got that overnight drive south. The Gator spotlight shifts to Randy Slack